Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial I will show you how you can make this Pistachio mid rocks jacket. I'm using Scapier's Chunky Monkey for this. It's a chunky weight yarn and the recommended needle is 5 millimeters, but I will use a 6 millimeter crochet hook. We will start this jacket working the back panel, and for the back panel I'm using only light gray. Then we will switch the color and I will show you when and how to do that. We will start to work the chain base. I am working now on size small, but I will give you all the chain numbers for other sizes, and you also can check my blog for written pattern. I will let the link in the description below. Okay, we will add one more stitch, and starting with the second stitch from the hook, we will make one single crochet in each stitch to the end of the row. The entire jacket is worked in linen stitch or moss stitch, but we will start this pattern with the second row, and I will show you right away how you can do that. If you want to chain more stitches or you have a different gauge than mine, you'll have to pay attention to have a multiple of 2 chain stitches. Now we will start second row with chain 2, then skip the first stitch, and in the next one make one single crochet. Chain 1, skip one stitch, and one single crochet in next. Chain 1, skip one stitch, one single crochet in next, and repeat this to the end of the row. This is basically the linen stitch or the moss stitch, and it will look pretty nice on our jacket. I will just continue this row. At the end of the row you will have to chain 1, skip one stitch, and one single crochet in last. Then to start the third row, chain 2 and repeat the same, only that you will skip one stitch and then you will make the single crochet in the chain 1 space that you have from the previous row. And basically this is the pattern that we will have to repeat it until the end of the back panel. Okay, so in total you will have for the back panel 72 rows, counting also the first round that you have in single crochet. Okay, so make the number of rows specifically for the size that you are making, and now we will start right away with the front panel, and we will work in the first 26 stitches for the small size that I'm making. So just in first 26 stitches, or the number of stitches that you need for your size. So basically we will repeat the same pattern that we did until now with the linen stitch, only that we will work in the first 26 stitches. So basically the front panels are worked by continuing the back panel. I like this method more than the one with sewing, because I don't like to sew at all. So we will continue with the same light gray until we will finish the half of number of rows from the back. So for back we had 72 stitches. So for the front panel we will do 36 for size small. I'm talking for the other side is just divided in half. So I'm making with light gray just 36 stitches, and then we will switch the color and we will do the other half of the front panel with the other color. In my case, I choose to have on this front panel to have half in light gray and half in dark gray, but of course you can choose any color, or why not, maybe you'll want to make this this jacket using just a single color. In that case, you'll just make for the front panel working just in the first 26 stitches, or the number of stitches that you need for the front panel, working the same number of rows as for the back panel. After 36 rows, I just changed the color, and we will do this and I will show you how I did that right away. Okay, so this is the half of the front panel. Now I'm switching to dark gray, and this is how I join and change the color. I'm just cutting the lighter gray, then taking the loop. I'm making also a slip knot on the new yarn that I want to use, just to make sure that my loop won't slip through the loop with lighter gray. And then I will continue with the same pattern with chain 2, and then making the linen stitch for the rest of the number of rows that I have to do until completing the front panel, meaning another 36 rows. The only thing that I did and switching the pattern a bit for the first row, for the last row I made it just in single crochet, because this is how we started the back panel, and I said that it will be nice to have the same edge, even if we will add a border at the end. I thought that it will look nicer, but of course you can just work the entire number of rows just in linen stitch. It's not mandatory to make it the same as I did with the last row in single crochet. And this is the first row using the darker gray. Now we will just continue until we will complete the one front panel. Now I just finished it. I will cut the yarn because this one is done, and we will start with the second panel. And for the first half of the second panel I will use the same darker gray, and then I will switch to the pistachio color. But first we'll have to skip some stitches for the neckline, and we will start working after those stitches. Okay, so we will skip the first 12 stitches, or the number of stitches needed for the size that you are making, and then I will start with the 13th stitch to join my yarn. Basically you'll have to have the same number of stitches as for the other front panel. So I'm having here 26 stitches as well. And we will start the same with the same pattern, the linen stitch, with chain 2, skip the next one, which is a single crochet, then in the chain 1 space make 1 single crochet, chain 1, skip 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet in next. And we will work like this for half of the front panel. And then for this one we will switch to the pistachio color or the third color that you want to use for this jacket. It's a pretty easy construction of this jacket. You'll see that with the sleeves will be the same, easier, so it's a perfect project if you are a beginner and if you want to work a nice and modern jacket. Okay, I finished half of the second front panel with this darker gray, and now I will change the color in this beautiful pistachio color, or I don't know if it's a mustard or something. I just named the jacket by the colors that I was using, and it was something with pistachio mid rocks, because I don't know, the gray colors remind me of rocks and this one of pistachio, so I know that I might be not that I don't know how choosing the names for my my crochet project is not maybe my best thing to do, and I'm not that good at it, but I said that it will be nice. With this color we proceed the same as on the other front panel, switching the color, and then we will just continue with the other half, working the same linen stitch, and as we did on the other front panel, we will finish with the last row in single crochet, just in single crochet. But as I said first, this is not mandatory, just you can make the linen stitch to the end until the hem. Is not mandatory to do it like I did. Okay, now we just finished the I'm just about to work the sleeves. Okay, something was happening, just skipping one phase of the tutorial. So we will work the sleeves, and before that we will just have to count the number of rows on each side for the sleeve, and we will use 2 stitch marker to count the number of stitches. So one side and on the other you'll have same number of rows, and then starting with the first stitch where your stitch marker is, we will join the pistachio color because we are working the sleeve in this color, and the first row will be just in single crochet. So you'll have to chain one, not like this. I will show you right away how to do it. So just chain one like this. Let's do it again because I was about to make the linen stitch, but now we are working one first row just in single crochet, and then starting with the second row we will start working the linen stitch. I chose to make one row in a single crochet because I didn't want it to miss any stitches, and it's easier this way. Basically you will do one single crochet in each side row. So each side row is one single crochet. Okay, after finishing the first row in single crochet, chain 2, and we will start working the linen stitch by skipping the first stitch, one single crochet in the next, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, one single crochet in next to the end of the round. For the sleeve length, you will work as many rows as you want. They are now decreasing on the sleeve, so it's just as large as it is from the start. And I worked 39 stitches, and the sleeve measures approximate 30 centimeters. So for me was enough this. And then we will just have to join the sides of the jacket. And to join them, I didn't use a regular seam with a yarn needle. I just chose to make with this contrasting color with this darker gray, just to join the sides using single crochet stitch, because I wanted just to have like a line in contrasting color, and because I don't like to make the seam on crochet pieces. That's why I love working top-down sweaters or whatever, because you don't have to seam. And because of that, I choose to make this, and not only just by the look, I love it how it looks this way. I choose to make on the front side, on the right side of the jacket, just to make one single crochet in each side rows, making sure that you are grabbing both sides when you are inserting the hook, so through the both sides of the jacket. And we will do that starting from the, well, it's not a cuff, but it's the end of the sleeve, working down until the hem of the jacket. And we will do that for both sides, and then basically our jacket is done, and we will only need just a border. And I will show you right away what I did for border. Okay, so now that we have the entire jacket done, we are ready to start the border. And for the border, I used this pistachio color, but we will do a border just in single crochet all around the jacket. So I started at the middle of the back hem and inserting my hook. If you cannot, I don't know, make the tension more tight, so to work tighter than you are working usual, I recommend to use a smaller hook for the border, because single crochet tend to be a little bit wider, looser than if you are using linen stitch, because we have those chain stitches in between, which can be made tighter than one single crochet. So use a smaller hook, like 5 millimeters or 5.5, just to make sure that your border won't become wavy. In the corner here, when you are making the border, in the last stitch, you'll make 3 single crochet in the stitch just to round the corner a bit, and make sure that your corner of the jacket will be straight and not curling. And on the second round, you will just make 1 single crochet in each, so no, you don't have to make it on each round. Just I made just 1 round and 1 round without this increasing the corner, and I just work like that for 4 rows. I think you can do as many rows as you wish, or you can choose another border for your jacket. And basically with this we are done. I really hope you like it. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will show you other great things that you can do with yarn and a crochet hook.